Hey guys, welcome back. It's grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourself and have a positive start to the week wherever you are in the world. We're back on my account today, and I wasn't thinking I was going to be recording this today, but we are recording this. I come up with something that's quite account changing for myself. It is right, I have beat one of the hardest factions in Hard Faction Wars, and I'm very pleased with this. And we're talking about High Elves Faction 21, and I will talk about my MVP. But as you can see here, we are missing a lot of the MVPs for this faction, which would include Starsage, Finer, and Warcaller, and Prism, which are all four of them are questionably the carries of this. So this was probably one of the hardest, and I know it is one of the hardest for you guys. I'm really happy to get this done, and it took a lot of testing, trying and failing, and a lot of probably anger as well, because it is very frustrating, I guess. But I come up with a way to beat this faction, and I'm really happy. So we're going to do a full breakdown for today. We will be talking about how Royal Guard is the MVP of this faction, and how I have stumbled across a gem to help me with Hard Faction Wars. This is one of the two factions I was struggling with, and to be honest, I only have one boss left, and that is the Ogre Tribe. So I will find a way to beat that as well, as I'm very persistent and stubborn, and I do have fairly good gear. So that is going to be the way to do this, and we'll do a full breakdown in the timestamps down below as well. So let me go get the video. We'll do a full breakdown there, then I'll watch you guys watch the showcase, and then we'll go over all the gear and everything as well. Okay then, so this is the team. We do have a few high level blessings. I guess when you guys are like in game like myself, you will have these blessings available. I did beat this before this. This was my second run. As you can see, I've already got the 3 stars. I wasn't recording because I didn't think I was going to 3-star it. I just wanted to see if we can get close to beating it and see what tweaks I did. Rebuild the whole team. There's barely any relics in here. There is a few relics in here that are kind of, I wouldn't say required, but I didn't move any cat gaze or anything like that, so that's an advantage that you guys can do, and that was the next step for me, honestly, to do for this. But I'm trying to save as much as possible when it comes to like Starstone, etc. So let's do the full breakdown of the run. The first wave is probably the second wave was the hardest, right? The champion unity is very difficult. Anyway, let's get straight to the good stuff. As you can see, Basilius is the fastest champion out of all of these. You can see there is a bolster set on Arbiter, which is going to be quite important as well. He is the fastest. He's going to basically do the crowd control role, and also be a second damage dealer other than Royal Guard. Royal Guard's the main damage dealer. He's the second choice as well. So we're going to open up with the A3. We're going to play the stuns there overall, which is great. And this will be very key for the next wave. We will go ahead and do the A3 here, which is great. Arbiter, I think we do the increased attack, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, we just do the A1 here. So we're saving this all for the next wave. And then we'll just do the A2 here, which is fine, decrease attack, etc. And then Royal Guard here, wait for this. Wait for this. Royal Guard 290 to 350. No defense down, no increased attack, no cat gaze. Cushion Rem is super OP. Of course, we all know that. It's going to be very vital. But Royal Guard just absolutely obliterated them for sure. So this is where it's going to be important here. He is going to be very key for his second abilities, a really hard hitting ability. He's well known for like one shot on Rhodas, etc. He's going to go right for that champion unity because he just destroys me. Otherwise, boom, gone. Night, clapped, finish, Gervinito, not getting back up, right? Jingwood is next. We will play the block buffs here. We have a 9-piece protection to protect us against the strip champions, etc. It's also quite important for the bosses. We can't play the provoke at the moment as Jingwood's alive, so we want to try and target him. Royal Guards is able to put some damage out on that A2, sorry, that A3 as well, which is quite good overall. And then we'll wait for this, and then we're going to work on him, which is great. So Root comes in, gets rid of him, and then we will work on our cooldowns now to be ready for the boss, right? Because the boss is a little bit annoying, but it is doable. I got close to this before, but there wasn't really much I can do. So we're just going to do the A1 of Royal Guard. It hits fairly hard. You can see there 236k on the A1. Again, no increase defense or decrease attack. He does have a small chance of putting a decreased defense on the target. And then we'll just wait to take down Lady as well, which is going to be super key. So you'll go ahead, we'll do the A1 there. And we'll just do the A1s to try and pick them off. We do have a 6-star Brimstone, which is not needed, but is helpful. So we'll play the stuns here for the ads to try and get that. You want to make sure that Hive Lord is, sorry, not Hive Lord. We want to make sure that Iron, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Let me remind myself what's his name. Sorry, I forgot his name. Raidshadowlegends, dyslexia for you. Comes in and does his shenanigans, right? So he's going to do his block boss, which is going to be super key. Obviously, protection as well increases the damage for our champions. We got increased speed and increased attack, which is going to be super key. We got the decreased attack as well. Royal Guard's going to come in with a slap. 1.7 million damage on the first ad in that turn order, which is a absolute monster of a hit. Want to take out the ads first, but unfortunately there is a veil protecting them. Oh, sorry, it's not the veil, it's the taunt ability that's protecting them here. So we do try and decrease that as well. The provokes and stuff don't really matter, to be honest. Royal Guard's A3 is really good, so build some accuracy for that. So decrease speed against this boss is going to be super key. Destroy the max HP, which is coming from the gemstones, really not needed, to be honest. You can see here we want to target the ads, but I can't because of the veil. So this was a fairly comfortable farm for myself. We want to place a decreased accuracy if we can. That could be quite useful for the A2 and the default skill. Obviously, we got weaken from the Arbiter. You've got decreased defense as well from the Royal Guard. We've got the decreased attack in here. So all of it works like chalk and cheese and helps build this boss down quite comfortably. We do have this within 200 turns. So again, we have the increased attack coming through with our Arbiter with increased speed. You'll see here we'll be able to clean up the second wave, a second minion there with the 1.6 million hit, right? 1.6 basically there. And then we can just focus on the boss and be able to close down this boss pretty quickly. And we still got all the debuffs on the boss overall. So the boss is not too difficult. It can be a bit frustrating. If you have the selection of champions that I do, it's not the easiest for sure. So we'll come in with this. And it was pretty much set sailing now. This did go a lot smoother than the first run that I did, which was pretty nice. Again, Brimstone is just nice to have as a backup damage, right? Just to kind of help get rid of this boss. Probably a way where I can auto this in the future. But for now, I'll take the win, right? Because I want to beat this boss and be done with it. You can just see how much damage that A3 does, which was like 340,000 per hit. And then obviously he's going to come up the Soul Reap, and then it's pretty much set sailing. I mean, we didn't lose any champions this run. I did lose a couple of champions last run, but Arbiter Revive is pretty OP. As long as you're mangling it, it's probably good to do the A1, and then you'll see here we'll do that overall, and we're able to gain the 3-star. We do have a 9.3 million damage coming in from Royal Guards, and a good 3.3 as well from Basculin here. Alright then, here we go. We've got RIMEHIDE coming in here. So we have got these abilities here. And this is the build that we got. So it's a 9-piece. 9-piece. We want it to be the second fastest for the block buffs. Good defense, good HP, good speed. Want it to be like 425 faster because of the bias on the first wave. Then we have 550 resistance. You need 530 resistance. For the bosses, it really helps to not be CC'd and controlled. And then accuracy is coming in for the A1 and a passive, which could be useful against the waves, and it's also quite useful as well for the brimstone, as brimstone does require accuracy to land. So you can see here, very strong. We do have a maxed out Great Hall, which will help you as well. Hatter's Reserve, really not really needed, but to be honest, I just throw it on in for extra HP, and I want to keep one copy of each, and I put a different relic on my He-Man recently, so I just throw it on him for that. It wasn't really needed. Brimstone for me was the way to go for that, and then these are the masteries as well, which are pretty standard. Then we're coming in with Arbiter, with the Arbiter's Arena masteries, Arena Relic, so one really not needed. One does add a bit more on as HP and stuff. We want it to be the third fastest in the team. So again, speed coming in at 319. Accuracy is useful for the A1 and the A2, but again, not required, so you could stack more HP as well if you wanted. The accuracy requirement is 475. Then we want good HP and good defense as well to make sure we're able to stay alive, and we did be able to sneak in a piece of impulse as well, just to try and get the cooldowns around a bit more, which was super nice. Then we have Rathalos, I can't pronounce that, with a 4-piece merciless, so 6-piece merciless with 1-piece refresh as well. He's the fastest in the comp, obviously, to deal with the champion unity. That's the only reason why he's the fastest. You just get true feared and stuff, and it's really, really annoying. If you've got like cleansers and stuff that you're able to bring in, you can try that. We've got speed coming in at 330, 100% critical rate, obviously really needed. Critical damage coming in at 332, accuracy coming in at 475 minimum, and then much attack as possible as survivability. Obviously the blessing really helps. The gear is not perfect by any miles, so it is what it is with that, but we are using a relic. You can use the rare relic if you don't have this. This was because I had it sitting around and I threw it on him. I did upgrade him to, what did I upgrade it to? I upgraded it to 4 today, and it's quite useful, right? The wearers, etc., which is quite nice, especially when you're running at sort of high speeds. For me, Soul Reap is the way to go for the blessing, and then these are the masteries as well. You will need the 5-star blessing at least, or the 4-star blessing at least, to be able to pump the numbers out to one-shot that Jingwood. You might need to move a cat gaze on him to one-shot that Jingwood, right? Or you can try and make him roll guard the fastest, which would be interesting, should we say. So yeah, I don't know if I haven't tried it myself. It gets worth a while, right? Ethos is really good as well if you have a 6-star. If you have him, I only got a 4-star recently on him, so I haven't tested him on my account. This is the Royal Guard build. We have a 6-piece merciless and a 2-piece zeal. Sorry, 1-piece zeal. I did used to run a 9-piece merciless, and that worked just as well, but I wanted a bit more damage overall. Then these are the stats: reasonable HP. I'm aiming for attack, really good speed. We want to aim for really good critical damage, and then accuracy as well, to be able to land buffs from the A1 and the A3 to speed it up. You can see here we've got like max stats coming out of my Behuti. Again, the gear is not perfect at the moment. The stats can definitely be better. I mean, HP is really depressing, right, to see there. For relic, we've only got a rare relic, which is extra critical damage, so stuff like cat gaze, even the last relic as well, could really be a massive damage increase. If you have a boss layer as well, that might be useful for the A3 and the A2 versus the boss, if you're struggling to get the stats across the board like I have. For me, Crushing Ram is the way to go for the blessing, and then these are the masteries as well. And then we have our man. To be honest, he probably did the most useless out of all of them. But you know, he brings a decreased attack. I did try and bring Tayral in, but just killing the waves too much. You know, he brings some stuff. Maybe potentially you can replace him with like I don't know, Battle Sage or whatever as a cleanser, which might be more useful. I didn't try it. I didn't need to. These were the masteries that were running on him. Cruelty for the blessing. No relic at all, but you could go accuracy. We have a in-piece set with reflex, and then 2-piece of refresh. Refresh is just a bonus. Speed coming in at 311. Accuracy is a bit of an overkill, but you know, it's what it is. And then good defense and HP across the board. Obviously, we're using his HP lead as well. So that is it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and hopefully you found this fun and it's quite interesting to have. I'm just looking at the masteries now and thinking, why do I have Fears of Presence? But I think it's for the A1 for custody. That haven't changed in a long time. So yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I've got one more faction to go, which is the overall tribes. Overall, my stars are starting to close down a bit more, and we're sitting at 921, so just 24 stars to go. For a account like mine, I feel that's really strong, because obviously my account is not super stacked for everyone who has kind of beat faction wars already, and I don't feel like there's many people that have beat faction wars. Probably like 200-300 players so far have beat faction wars. I think there's only 2 players in my clan that have, So it is an interesting one for sure. Anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed this for today's video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. I'm going to go grind some more hard factions and see what's what. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace.